hookah. I don't know if y'all ever have done hookah, but it's like these commentators forget what they say in just a few minutes or days before and then say totally some bullshit that contradicts what we've actually seen. I don't know if like dude just gets so excited that he just wants to say something so marvelous, but he says that it doesn't matter what you throw at Max Verstappen, he's always got to answer. Did he forget that Max Verstappen lost 2 races in the last 5 races and damn near lost 3? Was he not here at the Canadian GP as we saw Max Verstappen was about to be in second or third? It got hogged down by Lando and a safety car saved his ass. Max cries about safety cars all the time when they don't work in his favor. But the moment they work in his favor, he's not saying anything. He did it in 2021 when 2022 came and he wanted a safety car. I think that was, what was that? It wasn't Singapore. It wasn't Imola. Forgot which track it was, but he got it and he didn't say nothing. Safety cars all good then. These commentators just crack me up with, doesn't matter. What are you talking about? It doesn't matter. Hell yeah, it matters. Max just lost 2 races in 5 races, 2 out of 3. He damn near would have lost this one had it not been for the safety car, but shit does happen. But can we stop with the shenanigans? Can we stop with the puff and smoke up people's ass? But I'm gonna tell y'all this. The rain, no, it wasn't just the rain. It was the combination of wet and dry throughout this entire race that gave us this. I think, honestly, to me, I think this is the best race all season. I think Canada has been the best race all season. It's surely the first race where we've literally seen Mercedes be competitive in 2 cars. Lewis Hamilton came from 5th. He came for lower than 5th. He was in 7th and damn near has a podium. I think that was the best race that we've had all season. I'm serious when I say that. Like, to me, I don't know what y'all say, but I will say this. My brother Mercedes mechanic, bro, the count is still 0. Big shout out to Jesse James Bell. Popped in here first off and said, if you there, Jay, hello, and run it down, young bro. Big shout out to Jesse James Bell, Big Navy, hoorah. But yeah, this thing is turning up, y'all. This shit is turning up. We are talking about 5 races now where it has legitimately been within a race that you could say Red Bull might not win. 2 races where they didn't win. 1 race, had there been 1 more DRS zone, and I kind of hate to do shit like that. I don't like to do it like that because it's like you're adding a component to the track that never existed. But what I am saying is most tracks have several DRS zones. This track happened to not have one, and had it had one in Imola, Max would have lost 3 races out of 5. Listen, if George Russell cries, he looked like he about to cry. George Russell looked like he about to cry. Bro, get on my nerves. He always crying about some shit. Stop crying. He always crying. DG said, Mercedes got lucky before Ferrari was straight trash this whole weekend. One of the better races of the year. They are holding power from Sir Lewis Hamilton. Damn, bro, you think so? You think they hold some power from Sir Lewis, man? That's dirty. But I can't put it past them with what we're seeing. Spider says Merck risking a double DNF for George is crazy. Man, I'm going to tell you, I thought for a moment when they came across the radio, I thought they were going to say, you know what, listen, let's not risk this, George. You're behind. Lewis already got the overtake. Let's just bring these cars home. But no, you can race. Just keep it clean. Yo, that's Ferrari-like shit. So I guess now Mercedes done changed their mentality. Guess they done changed how things are going to be going with Lewis getting ready to leave out the door. It's okay to race. Just keep it clean, George. I'm not mad at it. I actually like it. But that's not typically what they do. Not typically what they do. Who else we got right here? Derwin Hill says this race, bro, Derwin, the race was fire. The race was fire. Not gonna lie. I dozed off. I ain't gonna lie. I dozed off a couple of times, but it wasn't because the race was a fire. It's just because your bro was up at 3 o'clock the other morning and didn't eat, didn't sleep, then came in, got 2 hours of sleep, woke up back up at 3 o'clock, and that's the only reason. But other than that, yes, the race was fire. The race was hellified interesting. There was so much shit going on. And I gotta say this, Logan Sargent, bro, you are fucking done. Galactus, you should have wrote James Files and told him, bro, you need to fire Logan right now. Logan Sargent is done. Racer X210 says Ferrari out in Q2 and double DNF. Fuck. Just got my Butterfly Racing shirts and they are awesome. Big shout out, bro, for supporting Butterfly Racing. Butterfly Racing shirts are available in the link. All the money goes towards her karting season this season. And trust me, I'll let you know right now, that money is already gone. Like the karting race, like any of the shirts that have been sold, that money's gone. This past weekend was $2,000. This past race weekend, when we had to travel out, it was $2,000 for that one weekend. $2,000. It was a little over $2,000, but $2,000 for that one race weekend. But everything that anybody has done to support it, I know Sylvia with Kelly, Maria Duncan, I know Galacticus, RaceX210. We got a brother that came off of Twitter. Big shout out to you all supporting that. I think Derwin Hill may have, but I really do appreciate it big time, all day long. But I'm gonna say this: Pia is a fucking dog. Pia is a dog. I know he ended up 5th, and honestly, I would say by looking at his finishing position, it does not really tell the tale of the tape for his entire race. Pia showed to me that he is going to be a dog. When he keeps getting this experience, McLaren keeps coming online, Piastri gonna be out here giving people hell. The way he tucked and stayed in there with Russell, the way he covered off, Piastri is just absolutely showing me great potential. Notice I'm not calling him great. I'm saying he's showing me great potential. He's not great, not even next year, but he's showing me potential that possibly in the future, and I do mean distant future, he can be great. He can. Pia's looking absolutely awesome. I was about to say awful, but you know what's funny? When I was about to say awful, I actually started thinking about Logan Sargent again. He's absolutely awful. Absolutely awesome. And I'm going to tell you this, man. I think Russell, I didn't expect anything different from Russell than what the hell he did. Russell is that person. He is a friend where if your girlfriend or your significant other is like, hey, I don't know what's going on, Russell will be like, okay, well, I'm the friend of you both. Let's talk. Don't let him do it. He's going to stab you in the back. Russell's the type of person where he say, hey, you want to go out to dinner or let's go out to lunch, you know what I'm saying? As friends, go out there and go chill. Russell the type of person that invites you to dinner and then see if you're going to pay for the dinner. Dude is a snake. Russell is a snake. He's a very cool, calm, collective, well put together snake, but Russell a snake, man. I don't expect nothing decent out of him on track. And sometimes I say, well, maybe in a way that works for him. Galactus says Yuki almost got T-boned. That was close call. Yeah, he did. Yuki, I really think Yuki, I hated that happened to him, honestly, man. I was like, damn, Yuki. Yuki was up there doing his thing, and then that spin out, it could have been much worse, so fortunately it wasn't. These three besties will be in the cool-down room together, Lando, Max, and Russell. Russell is like the third wheel of them both. I'm not at all, but I'm going to say, hey, I know Haas is Oz, all right? Haas is Oz. And before we say that, I would say that Lewis Hamilton is driver of the day to me. Lewis Hamilton is my driver of the day. All right. Lewis Hamilton is my driver of the day. And my dork of the day, our donkey of the day would be, doofus of the day would be, I'm going, you know what? Who would my doofus of the day be? I think that Ferrari. I'm going to have to give it to Ferrari. I got to give it to Ferrari. Double DNF. It was almost like 2022 Ferrari all over again. It was like 2022 Ferrari came all over again. I mean, the engine, the PU problem. Having to retire Charles. Charles was already looking bad. The tire strategy. Carlos then goes out. Ferrari is definitely my doofus of the day. They are. They did that. It was horrible. And Logan Sargent is. I mean, you could throw him in there. If brother is trying to show to Williams that he actually wants to keep his job, I can't tell. I can't tell that you want to keep your job, bro. Logan Sargent does not look like a driver that wants to keep his job. And then I'm telling you, like, what are you doing? Sylvia Witt Kelly says, let's see if Russell gets a penalty for pushing Piastri. Yo, very good point. Yo, Sylvia Witt. That definitely was, like, the contact was already there. He should get a penalty. Maybe it should at least be investigated and come down with something. Maybe a time penalty, 5 seconds. But yeah, that was very controversial, the way Russell went in there and forced his way. And I think they ended up making contact on that. Stealth Bomber J. It says Russell is for himself and he's ass at it. Yes, he's ass at it, bro. Like Russell not a good team player to me at all, man. He's not a good team player. He's a very, to me, a brat. I think that in the same fashion, let's just also take this for a moment. Let's take it out of ethical and character and integrity, and let's just put it into a room of competitiveness. In a room of competitiveness where you're trying to do whatever you can do to get those points and win, it's like you can't fault him. In a room of character, integrity, and comrade and friendship, if you want to throw that in there, no, he's completely ass. He is completely ass. He risked wrecking out cars to just get back on podium. He did. And I'm going to tell you this. The same way that Red Bull was talking about, what goes around comes around, Russell is going to reap and sow. He's going to sow and reap all of the benefits that he's putting out right now. It is going to happen. And Max Verstappen today got saved by the safety car. He got saved by the safety car. Max knows that it might be over. Max is probably saying to himself, you know what? This might be the last season that I win a championship. This might be the last season I win a championship. Like, legitimately, next season it might be harder next season. I mean, I don't even believe that even with Ferrari out of the picture, a lot of us would have thought before even coming into this weekend, seeing any free practice, any quali, I don't think any of us would have said, yeah, Mercedes is going to be really highly competitive. I don't think so. And think about it. What round are we in right now? We're in round 9. We got 3 more rounds. Remember, Mechanic Mercedes and I made a $500 bet. We made a $500 bet. I said 100. My bro said, no, we doing 500. We made a $500 bet. I sent Galactus the picture of my $500 that same day. Mercedes Mechanic sent in that same group of accountability $500 saying he got it. We locked in. If Mercedes don't start winning by round 12, it's a wrap. It's a wrap by round 12. It's 24 races in the season, so maybe we say round 13. If they don't win a race by round 13, it is completely over. I will have begrudgingly won the bet. I would have preferred to see Lewis Hamilton leave out of Mercedes on a high side, which maybe he still does. Maybe we still see a couple of wins out of that. Or maybe not. We got right here, we got Derwin Hill says, how about K-Mag bulldozing in the beginning? Yo, Shefferson says, Lewis Hamilton didn't complete many laps. Merck should have kept him on the medium tires. He already switched to for this season. It could be considered sabotage. It could be, Shefferson. Somebody talking about that. And Derwin, bro, Haas is ours, but that was fun to watch. That was fun to watch, to see K-Mag, somebody who has been destitute majority of the season, who has pretty much looked as if he gave up being the driver for Haas to Nico, was just flying up the field on a gamble. They rolled the dice on extra wet tires, and K-Mag was running it up. And I got to say this, there's got to be something to be said and appreciated about the fact that somebody who should already have a race ban. I'm gonna go right now and say that K-Mag should already have a race ban. I feel that way. I believe that way. I don't think Formula One want to give anybody a race ban anyway, but he should already have a race ban. But for somebody to know in himself, if I have one more bad situation, I'm likely going to be done for a race. He was driving like he didn't give a damn. And I liked it. I liked it. I liked that he was driving up. In the wets, he drove better than he does in the dry. I mean, it was confusing to me. K-Mag, how can you do what you did at Monaco and then come here in very turmoil conditions and not do that? So I don't know if it's possible or if it was the sun shined on a dog's ass when the clouds broke through. But K-Mag was balling in the beginning. And then leave it to Haas to screw it all up, muffed up the pit stop, and totally wiped out anything that could have been good or salvaged out of that run because K-Mag finished under Nico like none of that happened. He finished in 12th place behind Nico like none of that existed anymore. If you just saw this, you would never know that K-Mag actually went on a rampage up the field, I believe at one point in time, in the top 5. You would not even believe it. That is how bad Haas is as a team and an organization. This is why we consistently, some of us, campaign to have Formula One kick their ass out and let Andretti in. I mean, if this is what we're going to see, we know what we're going to get out of Haas. How many more seasons do we have to see this and not know what that can bring us? Andretti might could come in and do that, but the upside for Andretti is unknown. The upside for Haas is all gone. It doesn't exist. They just occupy 2 garages, 2 spots on the grid, space on the track, take up tire allocation. And know what? They shouldn't even have a damn paddock. Haas shouldn't even have a paddock. They shouldn't have a paddock club. They shouldn't have a paddock rule. They shouldn't have shit. They should not have nothing but the trailer they pull up in. Go back to your trailer. Do whatever you do. Don't even come up in your hospitality suite. For what? For what? It's hard to watch you. People damn near have heart attacks and anxiety trying to, listen, I'm going to tell you like this. I got a bro, matter of fact, Imani. Imani is the one I'm talking about. Bro is so hard up on Logan Sargent as an American, I cannot believe if he's still rocking with Logan Sargent right now. Imani, if you out there, bro, DM me and let me know, are you still rocking with Logan Sargent? Because if you are, man, we got to talk. Just because he's an American don't make it okay. Sometimes you got to tell your fellow Americans, you're fucking up. You're messing up. Yeah, I can't rock with you. I can't go with you on this trip. You're not worth that. Rambro 88 says Russell has proven that he wants to be the what is that? Russell has proven that he wants to be, I got you. You didn't mean to put the M on there. The smartest person in the room, but needs to do more schoolwork. Rambro, we have pretty much come to that conclusion that Russell doesn't want to do the work as far as learning. Russell could learn so much from Lewis Hamilton, but he's so headstrong on trying to prove that he's better than Lewis Hamilton. I'm faster than Lewis Hamilton. And today, yeah, bro, you did it. You passed Lewis on mediums. He was on hards. And, hey, you did your thing. So, hey, no shade there. But when Lewis leaves, it's almost like when your true number 1 wide receiver leaves and you thought the other guy could fill those shoes, you're going to see that wide receiver 2 is not going to come into being a wide receiver 1. He's going to struggle. And we will see what happens when Russell is in Mercedes as that guy to come into the meetings, to deliver us information and feedback to help us develop, to try to head up certain things. They're going to see, can Russell fill those shoes? Because those are like Shaq size shoes. I don't know if you know what size Shaq wears, but he wears a 20-plus shoe size, I believe. I mean, that's a big-ass shoe. Russell, I think, might wear a fucking 7.5 in men's. U.S. standard. I'm just telling you like that. Galactic says Haas pit wall should be a TV tray and a chair. Oh, man. Galactics, don't hurt him like that, bro. So let's go into this right here. That was in lap 6. Lap 6 was crazy, right? We had Logan Sargent, we had Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton all off track at some point in time in lap six, I believe it was. Was it lap six? Yeah, I think it was lap six. Lap 6 or 7. We had them all off track at some point in time. We had a lot of drivers off track. Well, we got Yuki, Alonso, Lewis. Russell was off track several times. I don't even know how Russell is trying to campaign for somebody getting unsafe entries when, bro, you came on the track so many damn times. They should penalize you. You might be blind. Russell cracks me up with that. Like, how do you do that? Bro, come on, Russell cry a lot, man. I just can't deal with him on that. Derwin Hill says, hey, Jay, question to you in the chat. Do you guys think Lando pitted at the right time? Bro, my notes right here say no. They went, bro, listen. When I saw Lando pass it up, I said, literally, this is what I did. I was writing down, and I said, what the fuck is that? When he went by the pit, I said, why did they do that? It was, to me, they went a lap too long. I do not think they pitted at the right time. I think they should have pitted sooner. When you wait a lap later, okay, even if you make up a little bit of time, let's say you make up a couple of seconds, which I think that's what it ended up being, a couple of seconds. That couple of seconds is going to be lost because that's one more lap that your opponent had to bring the tires into operational tip and one less lap where you're going to have to struggle to bring them in. So I didn't understand that. When he passed it up, I'm like, who authorized that? That was not a good idea. You like rob Peter to pay Paul type situation. You could have caught him a bit more where his tires may have still been a bit compromised and yours still coming in. Maybe there's a smaller margin of error there. I do not think they did the right thing on the pit for Orlando. I think he should have pitted. When they made that one more lap around, he should have went ahead and came into the pit, got changed up. We know McLaren is extremely good. And really, no, McLaren is extremely great at pit stops. McLaren is extremely great at pit stops. So is Red Bull. Both of those teams are awesome, are great at pit stops. They are consistent. They have McLaren has the lowest time. I think they got the record at like 1.8 or something like that still. But no, I thought that was a bad idea. I didn't care for it. I didn't like it. I think it compromised Lando. Lando almost pulled a me. Lando almost pulled the me out the pits. Lando almost came out the pits and just became part of the advertisement of Pirelli on the wall. That's pretty much what almost happened. He almost pulled a Jay from Wolfpack at the start of a race and just became an advertisement. That's literally what I did. I drove my car right into the wall and made a 2D advertisement, a 3D advertisement. That's exactly what Lando just almost did. That's what he almost did. It was a bad call. But still, second place legitimately could have probably been a first place finish there. But I say it again. They are officially here, y'all. McLaren is officially there, and Red Bull know it. Look at that. We are talking about no more of this 19-second shit anymore. We're not seeing these 19-second gaps anymore. It's coming down. McLaren is coming up. And I don't know where Ferrari would have been in this. I believe it just would have been a bit more mixed. But Ferrari is where they are because that's where they are. They legitimately earned where they are. It seemed like they just fumbled today, that things just were not in place. They weren't right. Their entire weekend was a bust, and they finished it out in bust fashion. So at least I can say you started one way and you finished that way. At least you finished at the top of whatever the hell it is you was doing. They did that. Then we sit right here. Still they around here talking about Lance Stroll is a beast. Lance Stroll finishing again behind Alonso. Again behind Alonso. I asked Felipe Drugovich. He was on live. And I asked him, I said, bro, why they don't put you in the seat? He didn't answer, of course. I don't really know what kind of person Felipe Drugovich is in person. He could be an asshole for all I know. But what I do know outside of what I don't know about his actual reality of a personality is I know that Felipe Drugovich should have a seat in Aston Martin. Lance Stroll should be the sim and or reserve driver. And Aston Martin should prove to their employees, their workers, their shop, their mechanics, their laminate shop, their marketing team, their legal team, their VPs, their broom or bro, they should prove that they actually want to win. Lawrence Stroll should prove to the organization that I want us to win. And right now, I feel that Lawrence Stroll is saying that winning is not as important as my son racing in Formula One with these extreme elite race carts. That's how I feel. Okay, that's how I feel right now. Gasly and Ocon. Gasly evidently does not need Ocon on track to have shenanigans happen. Right then and there, I forget who it was, but matter of fact, I think it was Perez. I want to say it was our dog Perez, right? Was it Perez where Gasly basically almost got carried off? Let's see if we can find that. Perez had a bad day too. Perez's weekend was very, very bittersweet. It was very bittersweet. Yeah, there it is. It was Perez. There it is, Perez. Perez had an absolutely singular side of the garage weekend. Uno! Greetings, everyone in Twin. Please roll on 25 as this race felt hung, and Lewis's happiness disappeared. NL is upset on how sad Merck acted. Man, Nicky Lauda ain't happy about. Man, I think Nicky Lauda has probably rolled over and rest his soul, his grave more than a few times, seeing the things and what Mercedes has become. Mercedes have become a team and an organization where we have realized that their integrity and their character may not have been as intact as we thought it was. Mercedes have become a team that is lost and at one point so desperate that they literally was willing to kiss Max Verstappen's dirty asshole if it was dirty when he got out of a race car. Imagine Max Verstappen doing one of the hottest races, didn't wipe his ass, and just shit crumbs in there. Toto Wolff was willing to kiss Max's dirty draws to get him as a driver. We have seen Mercedes just go through a plethora of changes where it's almost like, who is this team? What is this? Is this what the mascara and the makeup of winning can do? Can it literally make a block or two look like a debutante, a beauty pageant queen? Can it do that? I think we've all at some point in time have been a little bit stricken by, did Toto just say that or do that? Russell just do that? Even Lewis Hamilton sometimes. Damn, Lewis said that because he's tired of bullshit. And it just boils over. So it looks different. Let's talk about Sauber Kick F1 Stake racing team, soon to be Audi. I told y'all there were going to be two teams that would likely disappear. And I said it would be Alpine and or Sauber. Sauber last season was barely talked about. We barely talked about or mentioned Sauber. Commentators barely talked about or mentioned Sauber. And it is the same thing this season with Kickstake F1. Alfa Romeo, excuse me, they were badged up Alfa Romeo last season. This season, they're badged up Sauber Kick F1, all this other good shit, whatever. They are about to be Casper on the grid again. No, we're not about to really be talking about them. Nothing good is happening over there besides for the fact that people are waiting and hoping and just praying that somehow I could go through this time and not miss all of my life and just not see them anymore. Jefferson says, since James Vowles left, Mercedes is going backwards. Bro, since Nicky Lauda passed and James Vowles, that it just grew exponentially, the horribleness of what Mercedes is becoming. But I don't think we can deny this. Mercedes actually did seem a bit more, they were more competitive this race. Is that track or circuit specific? I think so. I don't have any reason to say that what happened with Mercedes today and what they actually acquired in this race, I have no reason at all to say, or no proof or no real tangible, consistent evidence to say Mercedes have finally joined the fight of the top five, top six. No, top three. I'm gonna say top three. Like they already do six and seven. I'm saying top three. And what I mean by that is there coming a time right now, as we are not even halfway through the season, we're three races from halfway through the season. Is there Are these next few races that are approaching, are we going to start seeing Mercedes compete well in qualifying, then come into a race and then compete well in the GP? Is that what we're about to be seeing? Are we about to start seeing more entanglements of Ferrari, Mercedes, and McLaren, and even Red Bull? Red Bull's not out of it. Red Bull have been their back bumpers right here. The teams are right here. They're about to smack it. Wildcat says, good race overall. Max on top again, but it's better than Russell. I'll take it. Next Saturday should show a great race as well. Yo, my bro said Max winning is better than Russell winning. I ain't mad at that. Some people might agree with that. As much as they don't like Max, some people might say, I'd rather Max win than Russell. Shit. Shit. But yeah, other than that, Yuki, unfortunate. Haas, they were pumpkins that turned into a nice crystal, carriage, and they just turned back into pumpkins before mid-race. Ricardo is fortunate where he is, and I don't think it says much for him at all. And then, like we said, McLaren's here. Pia Pia's a dog. Russell and Mercedes, we'll see what's going to go on with that. But I can say this. Looking at what happened with Ferrari today, I wonder what Lewis is thinking. Like, why did that happen? What did y'all do or not do for that to take place? So, big shout out to Wildcat 20 months. That's what I'm talking about. OG status. Let me give you some goldish, bro. Let me give you a little goldish in there, Wildcat. Let me find out. I wonder why I can't tag, bro. Let me see Wildcat in there, man, doing his thing, man. That's what I'm talking about. Wildcat 20 motherfucking damn months, bro. That's what I'm saying. OG status. Big shout out to Wildcat for that. Yo, Derwin Hill, I just seen your shit, bro. That is tough. Max over Russell, it got to be bad if you taking those type of damn consultants. Like, I'll take it. But yeah, other than that, Perez out of the race. Perez, I'm talking about this race. This whole weekend was so bittersweet for him. Announces that he's keeping the contract. They extending him. Comes into this race, and it's a cluster F-bomb. Cluster F-bomb. And I told you all, the only reason why Red Bull are keeping Perez is to keep Max comfortable. And Perez doesn't mind being the yes man and the number two. You're only going to be that driver. That's what That's what he is. But like I told y'all, Red Bull is sitting in these rooms saying, yo, what are we going to do? Max will probably win the championship this season, but what are we going to do as a team? Because right now, Ferrari out, Lando again on podium. They are racking up these points right now. Ferrari's only 40 points in front of McLaren right now. They're only 40 points in front of McLaren. That's it. They're now 51 points away from Red Bull. McLaren is coming for real. They are about to make it happen. And I'm telling you right now, Charles Leclerc is only like 60 something points or less than 60 something points in front of behind Max. Charles Leclerc is only something like that behind Max. Lando Norris is 7 points behind fucking Leclerc for second place in the Drivers' Championship. McLaren are on their way. They in their bag right now. They in their bag. Jefferson says the triple headers expected to favor the Red Bull team. This is what I can say. Triple headers, this is what I can say. We had Canada. That the triple header coming up is going to be Spain, Austria, and Great Britain. Now I'm gonna give them Austria, but I don't know if I'm giving them Spain. In Great Britain, I don't know if I'm giving them that one. It's quite possible that Great Britain is won by a hometown driver, either Lando, Russell, maybe even Lewis, depending on what we see in the next couple of races. Or even if it's not won by a Mercedes, it's possible that we don't see Max on podium, right? We didn't see Max on podium. It's not the first time. Last race, Max wasn't on podium. He wasn't there. So let's just think about that. Time before that, Miami, Max on podium, but he wasn't first. Shit is really changing here. It's really interesting right now. Really interesting. So I think this is what we want to see, though, right? Is this not what we want to see? Now, maybe your driver isn't winning the race. Sylvia Wicks said, I got you. Right. I think so. Maybe your driver's not winning a race. Maybe Russell not winning. No, of course Russell's not winning. It's not maybe. He's not yet. Piastri's not up there. But I think right now, if the season started off this way, I bet you're saying, oh, this shit about to be fire. This season's about to be fire. Right now, the season has heated up like a chef in the kitchen cooking in the crock pot. That shit under pressure. Akondu says they should have put sauce on Lewis' car with a few laps left. Radio message showed he didn't like the hards, and it showed when Russell overtook him on the mediums. I'm concerned about Ferrari threw away a fight. Man, Akondu, you're not wrong for your thoughts. You're not wrong for feeling concerned about Ferrari. Has Ferrari completely rid themselves of bad decision-making, of panicking, in situations where they start adding up all types of double D, double G, double Z strategies? It didn't look good today, but it didn't look good today. That's what I'm gonna say. I struggle sometimes to think that Ferrari can fully have a consistent season just as Red Bull. Right now, Ferrari are very questionable with, can you get on track and stay on track? Can you do that as a team? Can you get on track and stay on track? And even if you waver a little bit, can you show us that the train doesn't just get derailed and fall on its side and skid across the cross? Can you do that? And I don't feel confident in saying that Ferrari's going to do that more than not, because they've showed me more than not they won't do that. That's a big situation. That's a big problem to me. And I said that before about Lewis Hamilton going to Ferrari. This season to me is where it's an audition to show me, what are they really going to be made of? Are they really getting ready to accept the GOAT, one of the best drivers in Formula One history, and have a legitimate chance to win? I don't know. But I can say this. If we see more races like this, and we only at round 9, oh my gosh, I'm going to enjoy this season. I am going to enjoy this season. I'm telling you, that means we still got 15 races left. If you tell me that the next 10 out of 5 look like this, I'm telling you that the 2024 season is a good one. It's a success. That's what I'm going to have to say. If 10 more races out of the 15 look like what we saw today in Canada and what we've been seeing the last 4 races, I am telling you, the season is on the up for me. The season that we came into and we thought it was going to be all typical type of bullshit is not that. This season proved to be pretty good, and that means we have more to look forward to in 2025. Hey, Uno says that what excuses is Grumpy Russ Bucket having to say? Grumpy Russ Bucket. Galactus says 14 Ps to go. New race leader by round 18, maybe. Ooh, that could be nice. That could be nice. Think about it. Just think about it. Max is only, what I say, like 50 points up. Is he 50 points up? What's Max up right now, Galactus? What is he up right now? Max is up what? Let's see what Max is up. Let's see real quick. Let me see. What is he up? See if I can bring it up real quick. Bring the standings up. Max is up. He's only up 56 points. Max is up 56 points. It it would be so crazy if we get to the end of the season and Max is not the champion. It would be crazy if this is the season that Lando wins his first championship. And I'm going to tell you this, that's going to be a story. That is going to be a season in which Lando can be completely and utterly proud of. He is going to be ecstatic. I don't like people crying all the damn time, but if he dropped a tear, I might not criticize him so damn much. Because to go through what everybody thought, Red Bull, the dominance, and all of a sudden McLaren, instead of coming on and giving him performance halfway through the season, they actually brought the updates, which became upgrades, and Lando starts winning enough races to outbeat Max Verstappen for the championship. That is going to be an exciting drivers' championship. That is going to be exciting. And I don't know what you're going to be able to tell Lando after that. And then I'm going to say this. A lot of people are going to have to eat some crow pie. Because a lot of people said being a customer team, you will not win a championship. And I'm here to tell you right now, if Lando can do that, Piastri, to me, is doing what he is, and he's still growing to add to that Constructors' Championship, because they are not far behind in that either. And Perez, like we talked about before, and like I said before, Perez finishing where he finishes, if Max is not as dominant, if teams catch up, that is not going to bode well for Red Bull being in the Constructors' Championship. You need both of your drivers contributing to that bucket of points when it's this close to competition. If competition remains like this and Perez can't bring it up to put enough points in that bucket, Red Bull will not be Constructor champions. Perez is not finishing races. Perez is making mistakes. Perez is wrecking out. Perez is in one of the fastest, most dominant cars in F1 history, and he's unable to bring it up on podium more often than not. Let's be for real. Let us be for real right now. Perez right now, let me see, what's Perez's results right now? Let's see what Perez's results are right now. I just want to see. Where is Perez? Perez, Perez 2024, he's been on podium 1, 2, 3, 4. He's been on podium 4 times. He's been off podium 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. All right. He's been off more than he's been on. He's finished 8th. The last 2 races, he hasn't finished at all. Didn't finish in Monaco. Didn't finish in Canada. Finished 8th in Imola. Perez has gotten progressively worse ever since Japan. Japan, then 3rd in China, 4th in Miami, 8th in Imola, and don't finish shit in Monaco and Canada. That is where Perez is right now. That is not a recipe for Constructor Championship. X-Trax 38 say Lewis will change the dynamics at Ferrari for the better. I don't doubt that he can. What I do doubt is if Ferrari is completely bought in to be changed. I don't doubt that Lewis Hamilton has the ability, the know-how, the character, the loyalty, the sincerity, the mind frame to go into a team and change them for the better. The bigger question and more valid question is, Ferrari completely bought in that they are willing to be changed? That is the bigger question. There's no question on what Lewis's possibilities are as a driver, as a captain, and as somebody who will be a part of your organization and help build it. There is a question about Ferrari, how they build, what they do, and what they really end up fucking giving you. And right now, it is suspect. It's been suspect. We've been waiting for Ferrari to prove to us that they are more sound than suspect. And as soon as we start getting there, they do something like this weekend. They do something like the tire strategy. It just wasn't a good look. Wasn't a good look. So, we'll see what happens right now. Also, don't forget when Formula One is not racing, we are racing. So, other than that, Albon, unfortunate situation for Alex Albon. There's nothing he could have done about that. That situation was bad for him. It wasn't his fault, and he paid dearly for it. And that's what completely ruled Williams out of this race altogether. That was not Albon's fault. Albon couldn't have done anything about that. So Albon's situation, if you look at it at the end, is not Logan Sargent's situation. So, tough break for Williams, tough break for Albon, but still in racing, things still happen. All right. So, with that being said, that's another race weekend. Wolfpack family, we will be racing when Formula One isn't. And I want you all to have a good day. Be blessed, drink water, eat healthy, and do everything you got to do. But whatever you do, don't think that Logan Sargent is going to get better. Whatever you do, don't think that Lance Stroll is a beast. Whatever you do, don't think that Haas, because of what the fuck happened today, they're going to be a good team. They ass. Haas is ass. And I'm just being real. But Albon got my vote, buddy. Pia, you got my vote. Lando, looking good. Russell, you suspect as shit, bro. Lewis Hamilton, just buy your time, bro. Do as good as you can do. Other than that, Wolfpack out. Peace.